Hello Interneters, I'm Commander Evans of the Terran Stellar Navy Roleplay Group, and I'm here to show you how to update your client software to version 2.1.5 and to install the TSN Expansion in a few easy steps. First of all, it is worth noting that if you want to act with a 2.1.1 version of Artemis at a later date, you should probably make a duplicate of the Artemis directory and only upgrade one copy. You can do this on all versions of Artemis, including the Steam version. It's as simple as copy-paste, as I will just demonstrate now. Copy, paste. Takes a moment, obviously, because we're doing about 400 megabytes. But the copied version will run when you run the exe within it. It's one of the nice things about Artemis. It's got no real DRM. Although I do not condone video piracy. Anyway, on to the main subject. So, the first step you're going to want to do is grab some files. So, take yourself to the main Artemis website. You just Google for Artemis, it looks like this. Hit the Downloads tab. And about halfway down you'll find the 2.0 to 2.1.5 upgrade. You just want to grab that and download the file. It's an executable. The other file you want to download is from here. It's www.1sws.com/TSN Expansion. There will be a link in the comment section. And you want to grab the zip, the TSN Expansion zip, currently on RC2, release candidate 2. Obviously that version will change depending on when you're downloading this. And once you've got those files, you'll find that they look a little like this. So step 1 is simply to upgrade the client to 2.1.5. And it's just a question of running the exe. As I said, I'm running the Steam version of this, so I'm going to have to repoint it to my Artemis directory, which is nice and simple to do. If you're using Steam, it will be Steam Apps, Common, and then Artemis, and you can just leave it there and let it do its thing. If you're using a Windows firewall, you can let the program configure your firewall options. I'm not, so I'm just going to skip that. And that's Artemis 2.1.5 operating. So, next thing we need to do is get the expansion in. You'll find the zip if you just open it up. And it's a question of copy and paste into your Artemis base directory. I've already installed it in this copy. So you'll see a few files that you won't hear, but again it's just a question of copy and paste. It'll complain about some merging folders, and it'll complain about copying some files over as well. Just let it overwrite them. If you want to go back to a plain version of 2.1.5, what you have to do is to disable the expansion, is to run this little batch file here, which will turn it off. And if you want to run with the TSN again, or some other people who are running with the expansion, just double click on the expansion again and it will just automatically do things. I know a few people do get a bit worried about running batch files and so on, so it's just quite easy to see what the hell a batch file does. You just right click and edit it in a notepad, and you can see here it's just copying a few files here and there to make sure the new models and new configuration for a couple of the files is in place. If you want to verify that your installation is running properly, just load up Artemis like so, and you'll see first of all that it takes a bit longer. It's loading a few other odds and ends here, and that when it finally switches over to the menus, you'll see our logo on the back behind the Artemis logo. You'll also see the version of the mod, which is currently January 2015. Okay, I've got RC1 here. I haven't actually updated the image for RC2, that's my bad, but there we go. You'll also note the background here is a little different. In fact, it's a high resolution one. If you go back to the TSN Expansion site, optionally you can download the skyboxes. There are 2 files, there will be a third, and I will in fact create a 4th file which will have all of them within. At the moment each of these has only got 6 skyboxes in, and it's a question of just downloading them, bringing them onto your Artemis directory again, and this time you want to go into the Art section, open up the download, and it's a question again of copy and paste. Again, it will complain about overwriting files, overwriting some images. Just let it do its job. And then here you go, you'll have the various new skyboxes in. They're not quite as interesting perhaps as the current skyboxes within Artemis, but they do have the advantage of being double the resolution, so they do look a little bit better. There is one cravat. Obviously Artemis runs on some very old computers and equipment, which perhaps won't be able to cope with the double textures on the skybox. So do be aware of that if you're running a computer which is perhaps 5 years or more older, or it's a very budget model, shall we say. And if you do run into performance issues, I have actually included all the old skyboxes in a zip there, and it will just be a question of copying them back. I hope this has illuminated for any people that have been having issues, and I look forward to seeing you in space and with the TSN. Thanks for watching.